Friday, Friday. It's Friday, Doc.
Yes, it is. What's up, fishing buddies?
I'm glad we didn't get hurricaned out.
I am glad too. Terrible for those people up there in the Panhandle. I got friends of mine that live like right near Perry,
Right,
and they hightailed it over to Gainesville. The night before the storm, they were able to actually find a couple of hotel rooms over there by Gainesville and stayed there. And then one of my buddies posted some pictures on Facebook. Um, they got a lot of land, and they're like kind of like by like little lake and everything. A lot of the trees and stuff were torn down, and they lost their awning um, over their balcony because they got a two-story house out there,
right.
and they lost that. It like lifted up and then came down. That was the only damage that their house suffered. So thank God that was it. But like they're gonna have to do a lot of clearing on their land because I mean most of those trees, dude, came down, and I mean they're inland. They're inland from that storm. Um, it was weird. It was weird to me that like a lot of the news coverage about the storm was how up there in that area they don't have the same kind of hurricane standards for homes and things like that we do down here.
Right.
You know, it. Thank God that
They got a
damn
lot of
thing
water.
wasn't a 4 when it hit because when I woke up that morning before it hit, I woke up because I wake up at like 5 to get ready for work, and when I woke up at 5 and looked at the 5 a.m. advisory, it said it was a 4, and it
Right.
was ready to make landfall within the next like what 2.5 hours. And luckily, it kind of dropped down a little bit before it made landfall, down to a 3. But still, man, and that
We'll try
storm
to put 'em in
surge that
chat. Make sure it works. Yep, it shows up. I was wondering if I was seeing chat, but there ain't no chat. So,
nobody's saying nothing. It's just you and I,
but yeah,
man.
like
Let's go.
that damn storm surge rolled in. What's up, chatty bait?
That's right, Kenny. Tomorrow night, 7:30. Let's
What's
go.
up, Mr. Hill?
Although
JG
we're
Hill.
opening up against I don't know, like the Middle Tennessee School for the Blind or something like that.
Yeah.
But
Doc,
still, it'll be fun.
JG Hill came over from Hogleg and all channel.
Oh, okay.
Real good gentleman from North Carolina. Musician, right, JG? I think we watched you play. I mean, like produces, has big sound studio in his house and all. I'm pretty
Nice.
sure.
That's what I originally went to school for was recording engineering and music production. Very
If
cool.
I'm not mistaken,
Welcome,
I think I'm all
JG.
over that. But that's gonna be funny if it's not him. But what's up, Billy?
What up, Billy?
What's up, Amanda?
Morning,
What's up,
Amanda.
Catfish Fever? There's another one from over Hog Legs way. What's up, Fever?
What's up, Catfish Fever?
We just hanging out.
And,
Lindy is gone to the. Lindy is not here because she's at the casino. But actually, she's picking
and
her daughter up. She's picking her daughter up from work. She wasn't feeling good, and daughter's boyfriend's a blackjack dealer. He couldn't get off, so Lindy went to get her.
terrible
JG
about KP.
JG said I was right. Yeah, that sucks about KP.
Yeah, it
Sucks,
does.
It sucks to watch Hog Leg.
You know,
Poor old Hog. Him and Hog Leg were such buddies. I mean, he was buddies with everybody, but I just hate to see. I mean, I can't see buddies, hurt. It sucks.
yeah, it's terrible, man. It is. It's just you hate to see that, and I feel for his family and that whole catfishing community because I mean I'd be like it's like one of us losing
Yeah.
you, me, or somebody. Yeah, it just
Yeah,
sucks.
when somebody big in your clique, I mean, that's
Yeah.
like what they talk about all the time. His family. But let's don't
Yep.
talk about that. God, I've heard that now. I mean, I'm just time to go on. But yeah, it's been a lot of rough week. But we just watched the weather. We got a lot of rain from them outer bands.
Yeah, you guys got a lot up by you. We didn't get I think we had, I want to say we had one strong band come through around like 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon. What was it? It was like Tuesday, Wednesday when it was hitting. And we had one strong band come through late in the afternoon around like 3 o'clock. But I mean, that was really all that we got over here.
Right.
And it wasn't nothing more than our normal, typical afternoon thunderstorm. But, you know, I was watching the radar, seeing where you guys were up there in Chobe, and Chobe was getting a couple strong ones come through every now and again.
We got a good one today a couple hours ago. I mean, a heavy downpour.
Yeah, my brother's in Ocala, and I was, you know, talking with my mom was talking with him, and he said that like everything was shut down in Ocala. He didn't have to go to work or anything like that, but he said it wasn't that bad in Ocala, which is just a little bit southwest of Gainesville.
Right.
He said it wasn't that bad there. So, I mean, it seemed like the storm was kind of compact, especially like where the strong winds were. I don't know. I was watching like the news, just the devastation where it actually made landfall. It was, I mean, like, and you know what that's going to do? That's just going to drive these freaking insurers out of Florida. Like, we ain't going to be able to get goddamn home
They're
insurance.
already hauling ass. You
know.
Can't get hard to get insurance now. I mean, it's just yeah. Like, you know, the properties we got now, it's like, hell, it's half-ass covered. What is covered? Frig it. If it wipes it out, I'll just start over.
I know you're better. You're better off at this point. Just, you know, what can you do here?
I didn't look. I got the same thing. I didn't look. Chatterbait Kenny likes to join the live and then text me and.
I like that, Kenny.
Anybody?
I don't know, man. Like, I hope it never goes to a subsidized style of insurance in the state of Florida, because that would suck. That would suck. But I mean, everybody's pulling out of here. Farmers Insurance pulled out; they're gone.
Yeah.
But what are you gonna do, man? We're hanging off the edge of the we're hanging off the edge of the state.
I gotta do it. I gotta do it. Get your fish on. Get your fish on. Get your fish on. Get your fish on. Do what? Get your fish on.
What's up, Steve? How you doing, buddy? So did you guys fished this past weekend, but you didn't go this week, right?
Yeah, we went like Monday or Tuesday. Monday.
Okay.
Monday, I believe. Did all right. Isn't that when I made the video I had to post twice?
Yes. Yeah, Amanda. That's why, because of the hurricanes. They're pulling out of here because of the hurricanes.
I mean, Doc, that was so crazy. You know, I made that last video. It was up for a day. I went to go look at it for something. It was gone. So I went to my emails, had an email from YouTube saying the Boogie Fever had got, you know, I had my other copyright claim, normal shit, but it said it was blocked. It was blocked by the copyright owner. I was like, well, son of a gun. So, you know, I went back and redid it. I just took out that song and put in, what's the song by Love Freak? Says she, Freak Out.
Yeah,
I put freak out in it. Posted that video, then looked back like the next day and both the videos were back up. I was like, zombie. So I deleted the new one.
I saw that. Hey, Laura, how you doing? I saw that because I saw you posted a video, and I was like, and it was late at night when I saw it.
Right.
Because we had Avery's curriculum night and all this other crap going on this week. So I was like, all right, I'm going to watch John's video when we get home. And then I went to go back and look, and it was gone. And then I looked at the chat, and you were like, oh, it got taken down. I'm going to have to re-edit. So you were editing it that night.
Right.
So when you posted it the next day, I watched the new one with the other song in it.
Right.
And then I saw as I was like watching it, the other one was posted like right along with it, like the one that you deleted or.
It's crazy. And
Wow.
JG Hill, yeah, Get Your Fish On is great, and he has a nice large channel. Get Your Fish On, he's got it going. He's got it going on. And Doc,
Yeah.
Laura emailed me. She is in possession of the travel and tackle bag.
I still have to watch part 2 of Ted's video, and then where he sends it off. But dude, I think Laura's going to do an awesome job with it.
She told
I'm
me
looking
like
forward to that. It's going to be really
told me
cool.
like the 16th or 7th, sometime then she's going on a trip to where LG Bass is at. She's going to fish out of her kayak on some lake that she said she hopes to catch some bass on. So it'll be good.
Hopefully the traveling tackle bag doesn't weigh down the kayak. Thing weighs a
And
damn
like I
ton.
told her, she's the first one that doesn't put something back in it. Because, you know, after her, starting with her, it starts dwindling down, going the other way. And Laura, think of somebody that bass fishes to send it to, and we'll think of somebody, and we'll get together and figure out when you're done where it needs to go next. She's going to Lake Gaston, Virginia.
Lake Gaston, Virginia. All right.
That's not real far from where I did all, my deer hunting up in Bassett, Virginia, near Martinsville.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's not too. That's where a lot of these deer come from, and all is that area. No,
Dude,
we're not sending it to Australia. It's not for them. There's no boomerang in that bag.
Loaded, dude. That thing is loaded with stuff right now.
There's no boomerang in the bag. There's no damn kangaroo catchers. Okay, the funny thing between me and Joe about the damn little electric chainsaw from me, everybody's doing these why am I brain farting? What do you call it? Reviews on that little electric chainsaw, battery operated chainsaw. You are behind.
Who's doing reviews on those?
God, who hasn't done one on that? Boxy, Mark J, Ted.
I haven't. I don't know, but then again, I've been slammed, so I haven't seen them.
A bunch.
They're probably like buried in my notifications.
But anyway, even like Ted's fishing channel, he's which he does have hunting, but he was reviewing the chainsaw. Okay. So me and Joe got to talking. Since we're fishing channels, they send us one. So like Joe said, he wants to do a video and say, well, I'm a fishing channel, and they sent this to me to review it. So I'm assuming they're wanting to know how many fish it'll catch, tie it on the line, throw that son of a gun off the boat, and just kind of go, well, I guess I have to give this one a thumbs down.
So are we really going to do that? What kind of chainsaw is it?
Oh, it's that. Hang on. Hey, good, Jamie.
Is it like a Minn Kota?
Yeah, V Pro. Hang on, Jamie's here. 1 second. Yeah. All right, cool. It's one of them no name things. They send you, the.
Is it like a powered one, like with a lithium-ion battery?
Yeah, like a little cordless drill battery on the back, little old chainsaw, little blade on it, little handheld, about the size of a damn Carvac. You remember the little handheld Carvacs?
Yeah.
Yeah, about the size of that. What's up, Hank Snow?
Are they buying these, or are they getting sent to Ted and them?
Getting sent to them to do a video on. I mean, apparently this Temu or who's the company that's everywhere now?
Temu, or I see a lot of people making the Temu videos with all the fishing tackle and stuff. It's like the new Wish.com.
It's something like that, but everybody must have got this. The Raised Outdoors in Arkansas, Glenn made one. I mean, I've seen 5 or 6 of them. So me and Joe got to laughing. It was funny. It's one of them deals where we said something about videos, and at the exact same time, we wrote something about them little chainsaws.
Mm-hmm.
You know, him saying, "I don't want to. I would never." You know, something funny about the chainsaw, and I said the same thing. You know, I said I was going to do a review and just see how far I could chunk it off the boat. If you can't get bit in Myrtle Beach, you're doing something wrong. Oh, you're not talking about a tweaker out there in front of damn the gay dolphin. Sorry.
Hey,
Boy,
David.
me and Lindy have run amok at Myrtle Beach, son. Yeah, that's where our beach vacations. We lived in Carolina, and all the big bike rallies were at Myrtle Beach. We have run amok in that town. The old Laura,
I've never been to Myrtle Beach.
There was an old hotel like right off the beach called the Lancer Motel. And man, we spent a lot of biker days. That's the place. We were on the second floor. I'll wait till you're done, Doc.
No, just somebody wants to come say hi tonight before she
Toothless Wonder. Look at that jack-o'-lantern style you got.
Show everybody your teeth.
You look like a jack-o'-lantern.
She lost them. She lost them.
I lost this one and that.
She yanked the top one out of her head, and the other one just fell out, and she found it on the floor.
And yes, on the Bowery. Been there many, 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 many times.
Did you get all scrubbed up? Yep.
Scrub it up good.
I know it's not Christmas, but I'm wearing them.
But for some reason, you have Christmas socks on. All right.
Oh, it's not a safe story, Laura. It's getting there. Is that Raggedy Ann? Is that still Raggedy Ann? That's a mermaid, isn't it? That's like Little Mermaid.
John's asking you a question.
Yep.
Who do you have in your hand? What is that?
My Squishmallow and the Mermaid and Little Mermaid.
The actual Little Mermaid. It's like Ariel. Like.
Not the other movie because they make Disney movie.
No.
They make Disney movie.
Don't repeat.
They make Disney movies wrong.
Okay. From a 6-year-old. They make Disney movies wrong from a 6-year-old.
Yeah.
Okay.
Say it.
No, you said it.
No, say it.
No, but you said it.
No, I said they made Disney movies wrong.
Right.
Now you say the skin of the color.
What?
Skin color.
No, no.
Just say it.
Yeah, JG, she wins all the time.
She always wins. She always wins, JG.
If you not noticed, we just learned to be quiet. Let her go.
Yeah,
She'll wind down here a bit.
If you do it,
and about the time she winds down, the other one's going to come back to you.
Tell me the skin color.
Oh, here comes the big one.
Tell me the skin color.
Stop.
Hey.
Hi.
Oh, good God, that didn't sound good.
Kindergartner. Middle school.
Yeah, she's had this cough. Who knows? She could have COVID.
I got it back.
Everybody has COVID now, right?
Did she say Jimmy Carter?
At middle school.
What? You flooded the bathroom?
Okay, can I just tell a story?
Is it gonna last an hour?
No.
All right, make it quick.
I have a story too.
No, let your sister.
Because it might take forever.
You flooded the bathroom at middle school?
Okay, shut. So I had to go to the bathroom.
Gotta take a dumpy dump.
No.
Oh my God, no! What?
All right, Joe.
What up, Joe?
So I was going.
Hi.
Oh my God! You only
Go.
Okay. Okay, so I was going to the bathroom. I went to the big stall because it was the only stall that was open. But I was like, the toilet was full of like shredded toilet paper, and I was like, oh, okay. So I went.
Come over here so people can hear you.
To the bathroom, and then when I flushed the toilet, it didn't go down. It came out of the toilet and flooded the whole bathroom. I ran out of the stall and I washed my hands so quick. It was about not even 5 seconds. It was probably less than that. And I'm like, get me out of here. Get me out of here. And I'm like, get out. And then I ran out of the bathroom and people were going into that bathroom. I was like, don't go into the bathroom. Don't go into the bathroom because
So
I
you
flooded
did-
Did
it.
Brandon go in there?
Well, no,
No.
you didn't flood it then.
I
It
did.
was no.
It was someone
The
else.
kid before you flooded it, because that was.
And I told my teacher, and like, okay, it's been happening. It's not like you did it.
Oh, someone's
the
laughing.
crappy stool is still kind of
Someone's laughing. Someone's laughing in the chat.
What?
Someone's laughing in the chat.
That's Amanda. She's laughing. All right.
Amanda has a pet kangaroo.
Yeah, man. She
Now-
lives in Australia. Amanda lives in Australia where kangaroos are.
Avery, ready? You want to tell your story?
All right.
Okay, so it kind of happened what happened. But
Kind of happened what happened? Oh my gosh.
it kind of happened to her, but it didn't. So someone needed to go to the bathroom, right? And
Right?
there was paper towels in the toilet, right?
You're
Are you
right.
telling the same story she just told?
No,
No,
it's a different story.
but it didn't rise. Like it was so close to being raised, but now people can use the bathroom.
Okay, that made sense. None
Why are
at
you
all.
kids are just rough on bathrooms.
At least it's not at the
Kids,
house.
kids
All right,
kids just took
I don't want
a
to go.
whole.
ladies,
The
say
kids just-
goodnight.
The kids just took like a whole chunk.
Ladies, say goodnight so we can get back to our show.
Good night.
Bye, babies.
Oh,
Good night.
Say goodnight.
I want this.
No, say goodnight.
Say goodnight, Gracie. Boy, look
Look
at
how
him.
pissed
That's
off
just
Look at that. This is what I gotta live with. Yep.
Well,
Ew.
there's
Yep.
gonna be a lot.
Oh, today in the locker room at Dan's, there was a cockroach.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a
All right, girls.
cockroach.
Hall. Say goodnight.
Good night.
there you go.
Get out of here.
All right, Avery, do your thing. You gotta say bye like you say bye to everybody.
Bye. Hi. Bye. Hi. Bye.
Wow.
That. You can tell it's Friday night before a 3-day weekend with them two.
That's not one of the reasons when I start missing my youngins. No, that's not an example of when I start missing them at all. So my daughter just stuck her head in here from the casino looking for her house keys because Lindy's got to drop her off at home. But left Pearl, said, I'll come back and get Pearl in a little bit. I said, okay.
And just leave her there for the night. Why's she gonna
We
come
just
back and
had
get
her
her?
while Jamie. We just had her a couple nights while Jamie is sick.
It is, JG. It is. Because you know what?
It is, JG.
Because you know what? Eventually, they're going to grow up. And I'm not going to have
Work.
that anymore. So,
And work at the casino, yeah.
yeah.
I can't say that. My
and-
daughter makes a freaking killer. And like I said, her boyfriend's a blackjack dealer. They are like some of the only people that actually profit all the time at the casino besides the Seminoles. She had to straighten them out today. That's why she went into work. She's off 2 days and took a PTO day, personal time. Got her email where it was approved. It was on the schedule, which was yesterday. She's at home not feeling good, and her supervisor, manager, whoever at work starts sending these texts to her. So are you not showing up? Is this a no call, no show? Exclamation point. I mean, just kind of getting on her ass a little bit. Oh, Jamie was like, excuse me, here's my email. It's on the schedule. So she was going in today. It was going to HR first thing, oh boy, don't need to be called, texting me dirty, not dirty, but ill-tempered text on my day, my PTO day that I took off
Exactly.
while I'm sick. Amanda asked, did you have any more of those long sleeve fishing shirts?
Where'd she ask? Doc, do you have any more? I do. I have a large left. I think I have 2 XLs left. Or no, wait, I think I have 2 large left, 2 XLs, and then 2 double XLs. That's all I got left of the ones you're talking about, Amanda, the long sleeve ones.
Yeah, JG, that's kind of what she was saying. And, if you know my daughter, that she's going to straighten them out. Oh, she's been there what, Doc? 5 years now, something.
God, it's got it, at least because she's been working there as long as I've known y'all. And
Yeah.
Christ, Avery was what?
We've only
One
lived
or
here
two.
7 years.
And
So.
you guys have lived here 7 years now. No, Amanda, I don't have a medium. I can put the large in the dryer.
But
I
she,
can
what I
wash
was
it
going
with
to say,
hot
JG,
water and shrink it. I don't know if it'll shrink or not.
she's fought the system there a couple times because, as you know, this over on the reservation with the Seminoles, it's their whole. They got their own government, their own set of rules, their own everything.
Yeah,
but it's pretty wild to see a little cocky redheaded girl that can run those Seminole Indians because she controls the liquor at the casino.
They get crazy out there, man. I remember my buddies that lived out in Chobe, and I remember years ago, one of my buddies he dated a girl whose father was like a big dog out there at that casino, and her name was Boogie. That wasn't her real name.
Did you see where the young Mexican kids just shot the other Mexican kid at Scott Driver boat ramp at the?
I did. Oh my God, yeah.
At the quinceañero party,
Quinceañera.
they were like 13.
Yeah.
They were all like 13 and 14. And the one kid
Those
they
kids
arrested,
were like, because a quinceañera is what, 15, 16 years old?
Right, but the shooting kids, all the kids picked up in the shooting were 13 and 14. And the one they arrested has all these witnesses saying he stood over old boy and give him 4 more. After he shot him, stepped over and said, bam, 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 bam. And that's at Scott Driver boat ramp.
Terrible, dude. That's terrible.
Where all these,
that's right. I mean, that's at the boat ramp that we put in at.
Dude, it's where all the big tournaments go out of. And as you know, we live in the country. It's in the middle of freaking nowhere out there.
Yep.
That's the way it is anywhere. You get a group of people together these days. So you got some crazy ones in the bunch.
What did Amanda say? I'm not sure if I'm getting my stuff back. Your shirt was one of those things. Oh, shit. That sucks.
So Ted didn't get it.
Because that was one of the only mediums that I had. Because normally I only order a couple mediums when I do the runs because most people don't wear the medium. It's usually, large and shoot. I don't know. And then JG wanted me to show the shirt. I will, JG. When I get a second, I'll jump up and I'll run in and I'll grab one of them.
That's right, JG. But yeah, back to Amanda. So you're saying JV's not giving you any of the stuff that got sent to him that's for you? Just to beat around the bush and not play
he won't talk to you. Oh. Yeah, she said he won't talk to her.
No loss for you, girl. That's all I can say. I think you come out better off, so. It's only a damn Coastal Fever shirt. Hell, ain't that much.
Yeah,
Ted can't get his axe.
T-shirt.
Do what?
Said, God forbid it was a small water charters T-shirt.
I'd like to have a small water charter. Crystal made us a couple small water charters. Yeah, Joe, that's what I was going to say. Ted and Al didn't get their hatchets, so just add it to the list of stuff. Well, we got the belt. I'll point it behind me. It's on the other wall. We got the belt, by God. Lindy, Lindy got the belt.
Lindy got. That's got to. We should put that back in rotation. What do you think?
It says JV Outdoors first place. That wouldn't be a rotation thing.
Oh yeah, no, okay. I don't know. Do you want to spend $300? You want to spend $300 and put another one out?
And you got to give it to Lindy. If she won it with her sciatic nerve acting up, sitting on a cooler in a tropical storm, and won that damn belt.
Oh, on video. If anybody wants to jump up and vent frustrations or anything like that, there's the link.
Whoa! You didn't tell me we could vent frustrations tonight.
What? Do I have to? Hold on. Do I have to tell you we got to vent frustrations? What the hell's wrong with you?
Look underneath what Lindy wrote, I guess, about the belt. Hello, no.
No, I meant like do something, not your belt, Lindy. I meant like do something like
No,
that.
you
I thought
meant
it was
her
going to be
belt. You
I thought it
meant
was going to
her
be like a
belt.
yearly thing. That's what it was going to be. It was going to be like a yearly thing.
Wait a minute. Who moved to Harlan, Iowa?
What?
Catfish Fever asked Amanda, did he move to Harlan, Iowa? Well, here we go. But my stuff, all these things people have given me and the stuff I bought and sent there, I just want my stuff. I agree, Amanda. You should get your stuff back. We got the travel and tackle bag back. Would you like to hire us to try to get your stuff back?
Well, she didn't need to hire you. Just do it.
Come on, Doc. Don't be damn shitting on my parade here. I got to make some
No,
money
come
somehow,
on.
man.
As much as Amanda has supported us, like since we started, you don't make her hire you.
Kenny.
Like I could see if it was, I could see if it was like, I don't know, Shane. I'm messing with Shane.
Put Kenny's post about poison in Florida. We went to Lake Jackson like last Friday something. We get there before daylight. We pull up to the ramp.
Dude, everybody vent. Hold on, John. Hold on. Everybody vent. Everybody get your vent up in the chat, and then we'll just go from there. Go.
Jamie knows
Go,
Boogie
John.
Johns. Wait a minute. Jamie knows Boogie Johns. I don't know what that is. Anyway, went to Jackson. We get there way before daylight. Pull in.
She knows Boogie? No shit. Sorry.
Who's Boogie Johns?
No. Boogie, my buddy Eric used to date her years ago.
Date who? Jamie?
No, out of the casino. She's a Seminole. My buddy Eric used to date her. Her name's Boogie.
Oh, and Jamie knows Boogie. Oh, okay. Anyway, we get there early. There sits a truck with an airboat. So I'm thinking, I think it is gator season, isn't it? Isn't it, Doc?
Yes, it is. 100%.
Okay.
Yeah, it started early August, and it's going to go this whole month.
So we thought maybe gator hunting, whatever. So we're getting our shit ready, and here comes another airboat in behind us. I'm like, oh, hell. So we hurry up, put our boat in the water. We get out there. They crank up finally. They sat there forever. We thought, oh, they're getting a late start. Oh, no. They come out in the end of the lake and started spraying every damn thing. I'm sorry,
Dude,
Lindy.
I can tell you right now, like Steve from Bruiser Baits. I don't know. I'm sure Lindia probably has like looked at it. But Steve turned me on to a Facebook group called FWC is Killing Our Waterways. Is she part of that? Like Steve sent that to me.
She's in part of one of them.
Yeah. And like, dude, a lot of the stuff they do, like, there's certain things that the FWC does that I agree with, but one of the things I do not is all this spraying. It's got to stop, dude. And you were talking about it before we got into live tonight about just them spraying all that hyacinth, and now it's just muck.
Right. Is
going
that
out to
FWC
Donkey.
or is that water management? Is that FWC or is that water management?
No, it's set on the Facebook group, I believe. Hold on, let me look it up. I believe the Facebook group is FWC is Killing Our Waterways.
Yeah, Lindy's in that AFLO. She keeps up. That's the Scotty Martin pumping it about him killing Okeechobee.
No, it's FWC.
Yeah, I just always wondered. Kenny said FWC. I kind of wonder if it's FWC or Florida Water Management. Anyway, I don't like them spraying. We both got sore throats. I swear it was from that. Yes, JG.
Yeah, it's Florida Wildlife Commission is Killing Our Waterways. That's the Facebook group.
Our grass and everything here grows fast as hell. I agree. There's some places they need to. They got about spray to keep waterways open, but like anything else, they subcontract this shit out and do it for like hire some company to spray 30,000 gallons of this shit. So they hire a bunch of freaking goobers who crawl in these airboats and just spray everything. I agree with, they got to spray some. If you did not spray the canal at Donkeyland, it would close up. It would close.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, no, 100%. But you let it get to the point to where it got to, like,
You're right.
your last few videos were, I mean, that was anybody else would have gone out there and be like, nope. But,
But
to let
that's
it get to
where
that
it's
point to
went.
where it's that choked up.
Right. And that's the floating hyacinth, things they should target. Which so far, like at Donkeyland, they'll spray that hyacinth, but our hydrilla and all that shit is untouched. So I understand some of it. But like I said, they got video of these dudes out there sitting in their airboats, sitting in one spot on the cell phone, holding the big old sprayer, just dumping, just spraying while he's texting his girlfriend, whatever. They just turn them loose and they just.
Well, I mean, at Donkeyland, they're probably not getting much signal.
Yeah.
So.
Shane, what they've done is where all that shit's, when it gets there, I can get the prop under it, boat goes over it, I can roll through. Well, they've sprayed it, so now there's about 1.5 feet of this rotten cabbage in the water.
Yeah, it's just muck. It's just rotten nastiness.
And it would get in. I mean, I had to clean the water inlets on the Yamaha. Have to carry a brush, keep them, and I'd go till she'd get hot. It's just, and we're only talking 150 yards, but we had to work. Which, like Doc said, most people would pull up there and go, no.
Nope.
But me and Lindy would pull up, and that just tells us ain't nobody been out there. So all the more reason to get our ass out there.
Hey, tell the story about people pulling up that you told me before we got in the live tonight. And I'm going to go grab one of the shirts so I can show JG. Tell that story. Let me go grab one of the shirts real quick. I'll be right back, but tell that story because that was funny as hell.
All right. Well, me and Lindy pull up at Donkeyland, and we are actually 30 minutes earlier than we like to be. So we're probably an hour before first light, maybe a little less. And anybody that doesn't know, Donkeyland is in the middle of nowhere. I mean, you go down a 13-mile sand dirt road into nowhere. So we pull in, we get the boat ready. We're ready to put it in the water. All that crap's floating in the canal. It's dark. So we decide to sit in the truck a little bit. Skeeters are bad. We're going to let it get a little lighter. We jump up in the truck, eating the breakfast Lindy had made. We look in the mirror down the dirt road. It's a mile or more you can see. Here come headlights. So here they come. They're getting closer. So me and Lindy said, we're going to get in the water. So she gets out of the truck, jumps in the boat. I'm sitting in the truck. We're getting ready to back into the ramp. This old boy, in just a pickup, no boat, passes us where we're sitting, does a big circle right in front of the ramp, like the parking area, hits reverse. Kenny goes to back up to the infamous guardrail. He backs up flying, wham, slams into the guardrail pretty damn hard backing up, pulls up, jumps out of the truck. Now, like I said, we're sitting, Lindy's in the boat. I'm sitting in the truck. We're just sitting there. I'm letting this guy figure out what he's doing. So he jumps out of the truck. Another dude jumps out. Middle-aged, bigger guy. He comes beelining towards our truck. And like I said, it's about dark. I'm looking, thinking, So I know Lindy's in the boat. So I reach over, get my fishing bag, getting ready to, pistol close to hand. Not quite in hand, but close to hand. Old boy walks up the window of the truck. I put the window down before he gets there. What's up? Now, we're the only 4 people out there. He starts telling me about fishing at Donkeyland. And, Doc, I'll tell you a story I didn't tell you, he tells us. He said, I was here a few days ago. Now, he's fishing from the dike, so he's walking because he doesn't blow his boat motor up.
Which dike, though?
The main one, straight from the ramp, walking straight down the dike.
Okay. All right.
Back going towards headwaters. Stick mark. So, Kenny, he didn't tear up your toilet seat. That's a whole nother story. But anyway, he said he walked out there. He came by himself, figured out he couldn't get signal way out there, got pretty far off, didn't get back to the truck in time. Wife couldn't get a hold of him. She got worried about him, called the Popo and the FWC, reported him missing out there. When they finally show up, he's back at his truck. He said he's sitting in his truck drinking water. So he tells me all that story and all this, and I tell him we're from Okeechobee. He goes, "Where? I'm from Okeechobee." I'm like, "Well, that's cool. You know, we live in the same town." Which, for people that don't know, that's like an hour and 15 minutes from where we're talking. We keep talking, it goes on, and of course, I get to the end of talking to him, and I go, "Do you watch YouTube videos?" He whirls around and goes, "Yes, I do." I was like, "Look us up. We're Small Water Charters," and I didn't get the name out of my mouth. Like I said, it's about dark. This dude starts grinning and looks at me and goes, "That is y'all," and he starts talking, and he goes, "I used your videos to find y'all's crappie fishing spot." He said, "Y'all were like 1,000 yards out in front of the dock, out in front of the pier. So I went out there and started fishing," this and that, and on about how he wished his boy was there. That he was going to hate he didn't see us. It was pretty funny. So he about got shot. He about to get shot and turned into a fan. So, well, first red flag, JG, is just headlights coming, and then he didn't have a boat. Because usually the only people you bump into either got a boat or a kayak.
It is. When you're out of that spot, JG, when you're out of that spot, it's so far down a dirt road. Like, and anybody that's ever been out there fishing, you know, like you think you're not going the right way the first time you ever go out there. It's like it just keeps going. And when you get to the boat ramp and it dead ends, if somebody pulls up out there and they don't have a boat or they're not getting ready to get on a boat, it's a little sketchy. Like you wonder what the hell they're doing out there.
That's right, Shane. I wonder what old boy's doing out there. What I would not walk. You know, I went up on him and looked around. I would not take off walking down the dike at Donkeyland.
No.
That's right, Joe.
I wouldn't.
And dude, if we come back to the ramp, you know, be the only ones out there to come back, and there'll be like some old shitty car sitting there, and you know, the only people there are my truck and this old car. Oh, I put the damn pistol down the back of my britches.
You know, and Joe, John and I were talking about that, and I'm terrible about not holstering my pistol when I'm out in certain spots. I mean, I got it in my bag, and my bag's usually really close, but I probably should holster it on my hip like you do.
Yeah.
When I go out.
Let me finish the story real quick, Doc. But anyway, we talk. He goes back to his truck. I back the boat in the water. Like I said, the whole time, Lindy is sitting in the boat. I back her down in the water. I unhook it. She takes the boat off the trailer. I go park the truck. So I don't get to talk to Lindy until I get back down to the boat. So I go stepping in the boat, and I look at her, and I was like, I'm about to have to get my gun out. When that boy walked up, Lindy reaches like under her leg and had her pistol already under her leg. She goes, "Oh, I got mine out when he hit the guardrail."
I can't believe he hit the guardrail.
Dude, he banged right in that son of a gun. I mean, bam. But he was trying to be, you could tell us sitting there, he tried to do the cool whip around and back it right up there like he was goddamn Bo Duke. And he turned out looking more like Boss Hogg when he whapped into that thing. I'm gonna tell the story with Joe. I know some people in here have heard it. Me, Joe, and Doc are at Donkeyland fishing. We talked about something, and somehow we mentioned getting a gun out. And I went, "Mine's right there in that fishing bag." Doc said, "Mine's right over there in my tackle bag." Joe pulled his shirt up and goes, "Mine's right here."
We were the safest boat on the water that day.
Joe standing in the back with big old black boots on and his damn just pissed off look. There wasn't nobody going. That's why when that boat drove close to us, I was mocking him. Because I knew he wasn't going to do nothing. What was that 80s movie where the kid hired the big guard? Remember the big guy was his like bodyguard, kind of half retarded dude was his bodyguard.
You lost
same
me.
guy
I don't
played
know.
The same dude that played the bullet. Wasn't he in like Full Metal Jacket? He was like the guy. I can't remember his name. Full Metal Jacket, kind of a guy in Full Metal Jacket.
Not Pyle, right?
No,
not Pyle. The one that off himself.
The scene I'm thinking of is when they're the reporter is like the first battle scene. He's interviewing them sitting against the damn tanks. They're all lined up, and the camera guy's talking to them. And the big guy gets up and is like, I think he's got the dead goop guy with him. He says the stupidest joke. You walk the walk. Can you talk the talk? That guy. Anyway, it don't matter.
Oh, I don't. Oh.
Anyway, that was Joe. Joe was our.
I know the scene you're talking about. I don't know the actor's name.
So Joe was our bodyguard that day, no matter what. And why did Joe write John Wayne? John Wayne wasn't a Full Metal Jacket. Joe knows nothing about me. He didn't know who Scott Martin was in that video I sent.
Joe knows nothing about movies. We love you, Joe. Joe knows nothing about movies. Matt Dillon's brother. Damn it, Kenny.
Isn't that Matt Damon? Isn't he Matt Dillon's brother?
Sure. I don't know.
And they're all kin to Damon Wayans or something. They're all kin somehow there.
Oh, well, JG wanted to see the shirt,
what?
So this is the shirt. JG, this is the back of the shirt right here. It's a long sleeve SPF shirt, and then it's got the logo, the Coastal Fever logo on the front. But that's the one Amanda was talking about. So I have one 2XL. I think I have one XL and two larges left. That's all I got.
James Arnaz is Matt Dillon. Come on now. Where did y'all end up? I said Full Metal Jacket. Everybody's talking about James Arnaz and John Wayne and Matt Dillon.
And your T-shirt's important to me, Doc.
Thank you.
We got a couple, three of them, don't we? I think we got 3 Coastal shirts or somehow. What'd Joe say? I keep trying to highlight comments.
How much for a 2X? Hell, man, I'll just send you one. I don't give a shit.
Donation. How about that, Doc?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll send you one. Email me, JG. I'll send you one.
Yeah, he lives real close to where me and Lindy have moved from. We talked about that in Hog Live. Yeah, he said he lived like 30 miles west of Charlotte. And I was like, huh. He was driving through Conover that day. We talked about it.
Yeah, I think
And JG's a lot like Doc. He knows some famous people. I remember one day he was talking about people he has recorded with.
Yeah.
So he's like an actual musician. He said he come up live one day and he's got this big killer like studio and all. More of a country guy. I'm pretty sure it's country music.
Yeah, it's in the description. Yeah, just email me. I'll get you one. I'm glad to send it to you. Fellow recording engineer, music producer, I'll get you one.
Well, hell to the no, Joe. We're going to get some one day. But you can go to Bass Addiction Gear and buy you a Bruiser Bait shirt.
Dude, I'm excited to see what Steve does with the did you see the post that he put out about like the new shirt that he wants to do?
No,
he asked. I'm sure Lindia did. It's on the Facebook stuff where he was asking what type of T-shirt or like gear that we would want, and everybody said a Bruiser Baits, like kind of like our team, kind of like our team jerseys that we have.
Yeah.
Let's say Team Bass Addiction, Tungsten,
I love that shirt.
And dude, well, everybody said they wanted a Bruiser Baits one like that.
That's true, Joe.
So he's going to be making that. So
very cool.
Yeah, I'm happy to send you one, JG.
The last picture I saw,
yeah.
Steve.
So, you know what? While I got you on, the shorts, the Bass Addiction shorts.
Yes, I love them.
Yeah, not to call you out or anything. What size did you order?
They look funny on me.
I think just we got like a large and a medium. They look
Okay.
funny on Lindia. They look Lindia's videos look funny on her. They look funny on me. What are you talking about? They look really funny on Lindia.
Why are you wearing a medium short?
Lindia is. I'm wearing large.
You said
I'm
you
not
said
wearing
it looked funny on you. You said it looked funny on you.
The shorts look, even the large look funny on me.
All right, hold on.
Here we
Anti's
go.
got the Florida fact. In Cape Coral, it's illegal to park your pickup truck in front of your house or in your driveway. Is that? I'm not going to ask if that's real because it definitely is real because Anti obviously always knows these weird Florida facts.
I think that's the opposite in Okeechobee. I think it's illegal not to have a pickup parked in your driveway. At least a boat in the backyard.
All right, Amanda, email me. I got a large. I can send you, Amanda. But there was a lady. She wrote a book. She just wrote a book. It was like 100 things to do in Jupiter, Florida, before you die. And it kind of covers like my area, like Jupiter, Palm Beach Gardens, and all that stuff. And she's selling it on Amazon for like $18. And I kind of looked at the description and everything, and I didn't know this. But like apparently Al Capone had like a flop house out in Jupiter Farms, which is a little bit further west of me. I didn't know that.
One of those TV shows went looking for it. Those
I didn't know that.
Al Capone's the hideout out there.
Yeah, it was a flop house out in Jupiter Farms. So like I was like, that's really cool.
You know, that's what we talk about.
I was surprised because it came from a writer from the Palm Beach Post, and the Palm Beach Post is usually garbage. But like an actual writer from the Palm Beach Post did some actual research. I was pretty surprised.
Did you know
Right,
John
JG.
Travolta lives in Cape Coral?
John Travolta has a house in Cape Coral. Anyway, that's what we talk about, Doc. That think of the traffic on like Donkeyland Road, and then
I know.
What's the one over here with the tunnel? Come on, the road that looks like you're going through the tunnel of trees. The history.
Martin County.
Martin County grade.
Oh,
those two.
Martin County.
Okay, both those two are like original roads. So those two, like the Donkeyland Road, and like we all know that in the '80s it was a big cocaine cowboy runway. So all the history down that freaking dirt road that you go on in Donkeyland. That's it, Martin County grade, Kitty. That's what I was meant. I found a bunch of old. Remember that video I made where it showed we went down Martin County grade, and I found those old pictures of like Model Ts stuck in the mud on Martin County grade.
Well, even when we go to Donkeyland, and it's still to this day now when I get off of the turnpike, going there, and the old hotel is just destroyed. That was such a historic spot that was right there on the corner of 441 and State Road 60. It was, and then some idiot trucker just plowed right through it.
What's it called? The hotel. Yeah, what's the hotel called? I'm brain farting on everything tonight.
It wasn't.
I know it is. If I quit trying to say the name, I don't know why I'm blanking out tonight.
I keep in my head. I'm saying the Seminole Inn, but that's out by you guys going out to Indian Town. That's not.
Yeah, that's an Indian Town. I know the name of it. If I just quite trying to say it.
I know. I'm drawing a blank too.
Come on, Kenny. Tell us what's the hotel on the wall.
Kenny, what the hell was the name of the hotel? JG wants to know why is it called Donkeyland?
Because I named it that because we catch freaking donkeys there, and I don't like to advertise the name.
There
of the
you go,
lake.
Anti. Thank you.
But all the professional bass fishermen, they've all fished it. They all call it Jurassic Park. Like if you read a Bassmaster magazine, somebody's in Florida, they talk about going to Jurassic Park. That's what he said. Hold on while he passed through it. What's it? The Desert Inn. I had to
The
quit
Desert
thinking
Inn.
of it.
That's it. Yeah, the Desert Inn.
Anybody that wants to read some cool reading, look up the Desert Inn in Florida. And it's at Yeehaw Junction. That whole history is freaking amazing.
What up, Backwoods?
And Doc, what's
Dude, the
crazy
history of that thing, the history of that hotel is ridiculous. Like,
and like I said, that intersection didn't get electricity till 1979. Isn't that what I found out when I looked it up? 79. It's in the 70s sometime.
Yeah, it was in the late
when they
70s.
built the turnpike. When they built the
turnpike.
Yeah,
it was in the late 70s when the turnpike got put through in that area is when they actually ended up getting electricity out there.
And during World War II, they dropped freaking bombs on wheat fields out there right past Yeehaw Junction, you know, seeing if we couldn't wipe out Russia's damn food crops and all. Like I said, we looked it up, and a serial killer hid bodies right there in barrels at the intersection.
Yep.
Supposed to be a
There's
haunted
a lot of history. And that Desert Inn sat there forever, and it was so funny that it was always called the Desert Inn, and there's no desert out here. We're in the middle of a swamp, you know, but that's one of the, I love looking up and reading about like old Florida history and just growing up here. I love it. I read up on all of it, and it's so cool. It's so cool.
Yes, we have, Matt. And me and Lindia went there like a couple weeks ago when they first started putting water back in it, and we freaking bounced off of stumps idling across that thing. But yeah, we fish it. Like I said, I've always known there were stumps there. You should go when the water is as low as it is. It's crazy how many are there.
So, guys, Angler Matt Outdoors is a channel I found earlier this week. He's actually, I think Matt is actually very local to me because I watched a couple of his videos, and he fishes a lot of the same spots that I've been to or I have been to. Maybe not on video, but Angler Matt Outdoors. If one of my mods could put up Angler Matt Outdoors channel so everybody can go pick him up. Really cool stuff. He does a lot of stuff like saltwater fishing in Jupiter right here in Palm Beach Gardens, exotic fishing for Peacock and stuff. But Angler Matt, really cool channel. Very cool channel, and I'm hoping to hook up with him to go fishing, and then maybe like one time, John, you guys can come down here and we can all hook up and go fishing.
See what Anyfin wrote? He said, it's 9 o'clock. Let the expletives fly.
Oh, come on. Anyfin, stop it. Don't encourage us.
Okay, Joe, is now the time to ask him, is the emphasis on boo or is it on cocky?
God dang it. Thank you, Anti. Thank you, Miss Lindia, for putting up Matt's channel.
Joe, bro, we brought that up earlier. Look, Joe's laughing. We brought that up earlier in a crazy-ass conversation.
Oh, come on, Kenny.
Angler Matt, we just hanging out, man. Sometimes we talk about fishing. Sometimes it goes way off the rails. Way.
Yeah, it might.
I noticed Joe didn't
pop up. It might go off the rails here in a little while.
I noticed Joe didn't show up. Did you notice last week we had retro on and had a little old lure history?
I watched a little bit of it. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't go back and watch the whole thing. Like I said, that night I was doing the football game at school, and dude, by the time that week was ridiculous. I was wiped that week. Every single night that week, I was out like doing shit till like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. I was wiped that weekend. I literally did nothing that weekend.
I just picked you up there, Matt. What's up, Mark J?
What up, brother Mark?
And I think Matt commented on the big snook replica behind you, if you want to tell that story.
Anti, you're the man. What happened with Mark?
No, Matt asked you. The new guy asked you. He said he dug the snook thing behind you, the replica of your daddy's snook.
Oh, yeah, that was
If you want to tell the story.
yeah,
What's
Matt,
up, BB?
My father-in-law,
Father-in-law.
Yeah, my father-in-law. That was a snook that he caught that a buddy of his made a replica of, and my father-in-law passed away back. It's hard to believe. It's almost going to be a year in February. My father-in-law passed away, and my my mother-in-law, she wanted me to have it. So this was a replica that a friend of his made out of wood and painted it and did all that and did the two mullet, that the snook was chasing. I've got like a really cool picture of my father-in-law holding the snook with a Busch Light beer can in its mouth. Like the snook's mouth is open and the can's in there. So when she gave that to me, I kind of redid the backdrop because I used to have like all Bruiser bait stuff behind me, but now I just got, our Bruiser bait stuff behind me, but with the snook. And then she gave me his bass that he had mounted. So a lot of this is my father-in-law's stuff that we lost back in February of last year. So yeah, that's where the snook came from, the bass and everything. So kind of a tribute to him.
It smells like Taco Bell up in here.
No.
Oh,
Lindy is
not
right here.
Taco Bell. Not
Lindy is
Taco
right here
Bell.
beside me. I mean, dude, she's right here beside me working some Taco Bell. I mean, working.
She's like,
Yeah.
She's like leaking it into the camera shot. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Jamie. She had to get picked up because she's sick. You got to take her by Taco Bell. She called us one night from work. Oh, her stomach was hurting her. She was all cry. I don't know if they're going to let me leave. Well, she calls. They're letting me leave work. I'm going home. I was like, okay, baby, drive safe. Okay, I'm going to go by Taco Bell first. I'm like, okay.
I don't know if I've ever sat there and said to myself, I don't feel good. We got to go to Taco Bell. Now, I've reversed that sentence. I've reversed it.
She's eating it now, Joe, not post.
It should be there.
But it's an easy one. It's what? coastalfever@gmail.com?
Yeah, coastalfevertv@gmail.com. How is it not there? Hold on.
Damn it, I tried to highlight Anti's comment.
Now, which one?
Yes, I can laugh about it on the way out.
That one?
I don't know. He makes me laugh on everything. I will laugh on its way out, though.
Anti makes me laugh all the time.
Anti's a funny guy. Or gal.
Dude, did like YouTube take away like the emails on here?
Like I told you, man, I posted that video. They took it down the next day, so I redid the music, put another one up, and then put the other one back up. So I had two of the same one, so I had to delete one of them. You watch, I deleted the new one. I figure I'll go back, and the new one or the old one will be gone. It'll just whatever.
Thank you, Joe. That one will work too. coastalfevertvinfo@gmail.com. That one works, or coastalfevertv@gmail.com. Either one makes it to the channel.
Everybody's putting the one with info on. I didn't know you had one.
I mean that the one that says info is the one that should be tied to the channel.
Mark J, how's your lamp doing?
Dude, you see Mark J's man cave turned out phenomenal.
It did. But dude,
I mean, if we had basements down here, that's what I would strive for my basement to be.
I wish I'd have taken a picture with Mark's light beside of those two because it's just like those two, but it's blue.
Mm-hmm. But I'm telling you, like, Mark did a phenomenal job with that thing.
He did. I mean, the pallet walls and all turned out really good.
Pallet wall, and like literally spent no money
I have some in there.
on the wood to make that look like it did, because he got all pallets. The thing is freaking phenomenal. Right.
And then the way he did the old rusted metal roof ceiling, it's cool.
And I'm sure it's very nice up there right now. It's probably what? I don't know, in the 70s.
I bet it's cooler than that.
Mark, what is it?
I saw somebody the other
day. What is it up there in good old Illinois?
Joe, I told him about that, or I think I did. Joe sent the video where he was taking wood and making a pallet, and he said, "I need to send this to Mark and tell him I'm building a pallet from wall wood, because Mark built a wall from pallet wood."
Oh, thank you, Amanda. John, you got to get on Instagram, man.
Huh?
You got to get on Instagram. You'll waste more time on Instagram Reels than you do on like YouTube Shorts and everything.
I don't want no part of that. It was so funny today when I sent that to Joe about the flip flops. He goes, "Where do you get these?" I was like, they just pop up. 70.
It's funny, like when you go through like the YouTube Shorts, when you go through the YouTube Shorts feed, and you like, if you stop on one thing, like it will immediately, like the next 10 things are going to be that exact, like, midgets dancing. Like, dude, when you guys sent that midget stuff on Instagram, or no, that was Chris. That was Chris that sent that.
Yeah, it wasn't me. I don't know. Dude, I stopped and watched the guy bought somebody gave him a boat in somebody's backyard, hadn't run in 12 years. Will it run? Uh-huh. So I sat down and watched that video, and now freaking I'm down that rabbit hole. I keep getting everybody's crap. They're trying to put them together. And some of them, when they get it all together and get it running, it's still a piece of shit. I mean, it ain't going nowhere.
72 degrees and dove hunting all day.
He don't call it the Mark.
It was only 90. It was only 90 here, Mark. We're good.
Oh, what got us today, dude? We saw it this morning. It was 85 with a feel like of 104. Tell me that ain't some freaking humidity, son. From 85 to 104.
You can take that feel like stuff and shove it up your ass. Like, feel like my.
I'm not shoving 104 up my butt.
I don't buy the feel like stuff. I don't buy it. When the hell and ever, like if you go back and watch the news, when the hell and ever did we start doing this feel like crap? Unless it was like wind chill.
Where I notice it is the thermometer that we have that's on the outside of the house shows, the outside temp and the inside temp. You can look at it and it'll say like 85. You open that freaking door and it feels like 104. So I feel it. That sun beating down, it's 85. It's not a thermometer can't take the rest of that in. Feel like heaven.
Like, look, I get it.
Whoa. Did I not just see where that freaking hurricane is getting close to like Newfoundland or something up there? Newfoundland, however you say it.
It's pronounced Newfoundland.
Newfoundland. I know Greenland is ice and Iceland is green, whatever, all that backwards ass shit is.
I don't think they're going to get a direct hit from it.
That's true, Joe. It's 85, but the weather is identifying as 104.
Exactly. Oh my gosh, it's 53 over there in Aussie land.
Funny thing with the wind chill. I went to school in North Carolina where it got cold. We had a Spanish teacher, Mrs. De Torres from Cuba. Hell, she'd been in the country 10 years, barely spoke English. She told us the story when she moved here. She'd hear the weather and they'd say, it's 20 degrees and wind chill's 15. And she would ask her husband, why do they care about how cold the windshield is? She thought they were talking about the window in the car, the windshield factor. And she said for years, they said, what the heck do they care what the windshield factor is?
Well, we're actually supposed to get less humidity over the
Oh, you
next
see what?
couple of days.
See what Backwoods wrote? You live in a place that's minus 40, and you will understand the feel-like temperature.
Yeah, no, I put that up there.
Anti, at it again.
What did he say?
Speaking of 104 up the ass, Bayou Buck mysteriously absent. Must be working triples for the very special Labor Day weekend at the Velvet Antler. Yes, it's Labor Day weekend. They are dancing up a storm. Bud Lights are 2 for 1. Hell, lap dances are 2 for 1. One from Buck and one from Bubba. Man, did you see? I don't know if it's James's video or Buck's where they were out there talking and Bubba walking around with no shirt on. I was like, Lordy.
No,
Lordy,
I haven't seen it. No.
Lordy.
What'd JG say?
Very cool, JG. When we lived in Carolina, my dad and uncles and all would go to Santee and book a guide to go catfishing. And something they brought home, and it's going to be too crazy if it's JG Hill's dad. But this has been years and years ago, but they brought home these drag weights the guy was making out of paracord. He'd take all the fibers out of the middle, the strings, and fill them full of like buckshot, back with little lead weights. And they were like drag weights for catfish. So if he tells me my dad came up with those, it's going to be a small world. But man, they would go and come back with pictures. I didn't know a lot about catfishing then, but they would have a big giant wheelbarrow. And, they had one catfish in it. And it absolutely filled that damn wheelbarrow. And, Roland started as a bass guide on Santee Cooper.
That's true. All right, Amanda. Have a good morning.
Amanda. Please be careful brushing those kangaroos. I know you got cut last week by one.
Have a good day, Amanda.
Oh my God, Lindy, are you off camera eating Taco Bell? What are you doing?
Yes, right beside me, dude. That's what I told you. I can't eat mine until it's over, and she's sitting right there just. Look, JG still makes those drag weights.
Are you guys gonna switch off? How does this work?
Nah.
Is Lindy gonna come on when it's time for you to eat your tacos Bell?
No, I'll just wait till it's over. I'm a big boy. I did eat a little bit of something.
I know I do.
JG,
I do the same thing before we do these shows.
JG, we have made friends with Roland Martin. That's been the cool thing living in Florida. He pops up in a few of our videos. In fact, the one not too long ago, he calls me during the video. It's kind of cool. Asking me about Donkeyland. But that is a very cool dude. And in person, you picture how Roland Martin tells the story. Add a bunch of F-bombs to it. That'll really make you look. I mean, you turn the camera off and he turns the filter off. I mean, it's on.
Yeah, Roland likes to use the F word as much as John and I like to do it when the camera's not on.
Oh, no, when the camera's
on.
And Joe. Joe will yell it. He will just scream it randomly.
Yes, enough to make John and I almost piss ourselves.
All you got to do is catch a couple nice fish off the front and let Joe catch a couple dinks. And okay, JG, cool thing now. Hank just started a YouTube channel, and he's from Denver and we were from Conover. So I started buddying up, trying to. I think it's his boy running that channel. So I am really trying to suck up with Hank.
Oh, Parker. That's right. They started it right around when iCast started, correct?
Somewhere
back in July. Yeah.
Jeb, and I want to get to meet Roland. I got to bump into him one day when he's got like Jimmy Houston. Lindy got to meet Jimmy Houston back in the day. What about Coach on the golf course with Alice Cooper? Did you see that, Doc?
That was really cool. Yeah. Coach is where? Virginia?
Virginia Beach. And he said Alice Cooper had a concert that night, so I'm assuming the Hollywood Vampires. Did they just play Virginia Beach?
Because I know Alice Cooper lives out in Arizona. That's his home state, and I know he's got a big time hot dog style restaurant that he's got out there, and he golfs like crazy. He loves golfing.
There's our boy Coach with Alice Cooper. And, Coach rode up on his lawnmower. Yeah, he works on that golf course and plays there. He's retired. So he mows the greens for fun. So he rolled up on Alice Cooper. And I know Coach, he rolled right up there like, what's up, my God?
JG said he's about 45 minutes from Denver, North Carolina.
Yeah, like I said, we lived in Conover, which is about 15, 20 miles, maybe a little farther from Denver.
Towards the west. He's probably
towards the west.
Towards the mountains.
I know JG. I mean, them boys still putting out music. He's got to be 75 or not older.
I saw him in concert.
Who, Alice Cooper?
Yep.
Look at Mark. Now you're talking my language. You ought to hear me when I turn the camera. Mark, you ought to see what's in the editing room floor. Like when me and Doc and Joe are together, just the bullshit we talked. There's Teddy Ruxpin.
Oh, my God.
What's up, Teddy?
What up, Ted? Alice Cooper, 75, John.
Yeah. Oh, Anti, so maybe Alice Cooper played. I don't know. He said he was in Virginia Beach, and I saw the pictures. So. And Lindy asked Coach, in the text, said, does he like to fish? Like send him our way. Coach answered, yes, him and his son fish. So apparently he had a good long conversation. And if Coach talked about fish, Coach talked about fishing to Alice Cooper, he damn sure brought up our name. Coach can tell you right now. Wait a minute. Let me look at Coach text. I'll tell you how many days till his next charter.
Oh, because he counts it down.
He counts it down. Let me see. The last one we got was 59 days, and that was August 25th. So now there's a bunch of texts since then, but that's the last time he put it. He sent some picture. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to say Ted did a great job with the traveling tackle bag.
He did.
Although we couldn't play a fun drinking game like we did with Shane, because Shane said the traveling tackle bag a lot. That was a fun drinking game.
He did. He mentioned the traveling tackle bag.
Hi, Lindia.
Hi.
How was your Taco Bell?
Your ghetto Taco Bell, good.
She all Taco Bell drunk now. Doc, did you see the video that Ted sent me today doing the truck tune? It's freaking hilarious. Ted, and you nailed Gio when you started the fingers with the drums. That was spot on.
And we're laughing with you, Gio, not at you.
And JG, don't get started on the COVID. I mean, I watched that Trump video where he said they're trying to start it up again right before this election, and God, that sort of seems like it. Because we keep hearing more and more, they're getting ready to try that again. They're getting ready to try it again.
Thank you, Mark. Thank y'all all for being here, too.
It's Doc's
so
channel.
Drunk.
Well, I represent Doc, too.
So you a cusser, Mark J?
I'm surprised my girls didn't want Taco Bell tonight. Normally on a Friday night, if we haven't made dinner before we do the live show, like Taco Bell's like the go-to, but they wanted pizza tonight, so we ordered pizza from a local pizza place over here.
Man, I want some Joey's pizza, freaking so bad.
I don't get Taco Bell a lot.
We don't eat a lot of fast food.
No, we don't.
We used to have. We had a great pizza place that was over here that was it was called Gardens Pizza, and the guy was totally a transplant from New York, but like made phenomenal pizza. Everything was freaking great. Well, of course, just like everything you love, they close up.
Yes, Anti.
So we found a new place called D'Angelo's that is not too far from us, and they're very good. So, but yeah, still not Gardens Pizza because the wings, dude. I could get pizza and wings from Gardens Pizza and just be fat and happy the rest of the night. Like their wings were awesome. Now, D'Angelo's great pizza, just like Garden's Pizza. They're both very similar, but the wings, they're not there. They're not there. I don't know. I got to have pizza and wings.
I think we're getting a golf.
Is that weird?
Oh, that's right. Ted's heading to the coast of Maryland or somewhere, aren't you, Ted? And yes, Anti, set the trial date for Super Tuesday. Yeah, that's going to go.
What did Anti ask? Did I see the 45 trial? I did. Dude, I don't. It's
a waste of money.
It's a witch hunt. It's a witch hunt, dude. It's a witch hunt.
A lot of it is. They're trying to make something stick, and I don't think they're going to make anything stick because there's nothing to base the comparison to their previous cases. Nothing to say, okay, well, we're going to make an example out of him.
Easy, don't talk like that.
Here's my question. Okay, whether you believe one way or the other, but here's my question. It's in the goddamn Constitution that you can publicly challenge an election, right? So when Trump got elected back in 2016, the guy that's actually leading holding the flag and leading all this stuff against Trump, challenging the 2020 election, was the guy who challenged the 2016 election, saying that Russia, how is he not facing charges? The double standard is just, I mean, or maybe I'm ignorant. Maybe I'm ignorant and I don't know, and somebody can explain it to me, but help.
Bye-bye backwards.
See you, BB.
All right, BB.
See, you got talking about politics. He said, I'm out. It's just a mess. I just hope they leave me alone down here in Okeechobee.
Exactly. I just want to be left alone, man. I want to be left alone to live my life, make my money, and provide for my family. That's all I want.
And I just want some of that pizza that J.G. Hill's talking about. From Verona's.
Are you guys going fishing this weekend?
Going Sunday, I think. Anything, you fishing tonight? Yeah.
In my scooting around days when I was younger, I worked at Sal's Italian Restaurant in Newport News, Virginia. Well, that was at the Hamptons Mall, I believe. Hamptons Mall.
I never worked at a pizza joint when I was a kid.
What?
Never worked at a pizza joint when I was a kid. I worked at a New York-style deli, and I got to tell you, that was awesome. I worked at a New York-style deli that was in the Gardens Mall. It was called Nate's Deli, and we had pastrami, corned beef, French dips. I mean, dude, I ate like a king when I was 14, 15 years old working there. It was great, but never worked at a joint.
I worked at a seafood buffet joint in freaking North Carolina, the furthest from seafood, straight across the street from Hickory Motor Speedway. That place would get slammed, son. That's back when they had these all-you-could-eat buffets, and people would just push that, son. Push it.
Right.
Yeah, JG, you ought to be getting towards the end of Pleasure Boaters in Carolina. It'll be cold before you know it. And our good time of fishing is starting.
I mean, where you're probably going to go, what? Donkey Lane or Jackson?
Probably.
Sunday?
Yeah, we ain't go where you want to go. That's probably where we'll go Sunday. Next week, she wants to go some new places, but I don't want to go last day. I don't want to go to she wants to go to damn Kissimmee, and I don't want to go there on Sunday. We'll probably do that first of the week or something.
Yeah, because it's going to be, I'm telling you right now, over here, I can already see it. Just like the boat ramps, Labor Day weekend.
Like the Peacock.
I want no part of it. I want no part of it.
The Peacock spot near your house will be packed.
And we're talking about 10
yep.
to 15.
Well, no, and John and Lindia, it's not going to be packed with people like us. It's not going to be packed with people that are going out there to fish for peacocks
See,
or snakeheads or anything like that. It's going to be packed with those guys with their god dang freaking wave runners. I hate that. And
JG,
that's
if you
going to
went
be the
to
same thing on Lake Ida and Lake Osborne. It's going to be the same thing out there all week. You can pay me to go out there this weekend. Sorry, you couldn't.
JG, if you went to the Hickory Motor Speedway, you probably remember Fat Boys across the street. Everybody went to that damn. They had one there, one in Statesville. They had 3 Fat Boys. Statesville, Hickory. It's back in the day.
Hey, Stanley.
What's up, Stanley Orchard?
What up, Stanley?
Let's see. What's the temp
What up,
right now
TFT?
here in sunny Okeechobee?
Well, kind of
Stormy. It's only 76 here, but it's raining like hell.
Yeah,
Dude, it was just raining here pretty bad.
yeah.
JG's been to Fat Boys. Everybody had.
See, that was always back in the day, John. I always like when NASCAR was really big, and I was, now I got nothing for NASCAR. I don't like any of the drivers. All the guys, they're all gone. But years ago, I always wanted to make the trip up to North Carolina to, go to a NASCAR race, and Hickory was one of the spots I wanted to go to, and we always had planned on doing it, and it just never materialized for us to go up there and watch a race. So to hear you talk about it's kind of cool. I just wish we would have been able to make it up there for that.
So many drivers got their start like at Hickory, and dude, it is so tiny. It is tiny.
Yeah.
I mean, it's tiny.
And it's not far from our house. Billy Ray Cyrus put on a concert there, and we could hear it from our house.
We walked, dude. Billy Ray played at the Speedway. I walked out my yard when it first started. You could hear the crowd. We're listening, and I heard him play "Achy Breaky Heart." And this is during the prime of "Achy Breaky Heart." I mean, it's prime "Achy Breaky Heart."
Like the early 90s.
Yeah. So the show goes on, and at the end of the show, he played it a freaking again. I was like,
Of course, because when you only got one hit, you gotta give the people what they want.
it's funny. Our girls grew up. I mean, from birth to in their teens, every Saturday night with the race going on. I mean, dude, it all but shook the back of the house. And we never, after a while, we never paid it. We couldn't hear it. We just paid it no attention. And I mean, just
Yep, Benny Ben.
Like when we lived in Tennessee for the 2 years that we lived in Tennessee, like we were so close to Nashville. I mean, almost every other weekend we would be at the Nashville Super Speedway and watching races. And it was so cool. I loved it. Like, and it just, I don't know. Racing has just gone to, it's gone to garbage.
Yeah.
What up, Aiden?
Dude, just right there where we lived, right down the road was, Dale Jarrett, his whole big car company and garage.
Yeah.
I went to school with his kids. Dale Earnhardt Chevrolet wasn't but a couple miles away, and, his whole teams and everything.
His and Teresa's house wasn't that far.
And then, like down here in North Palm Beach, that's where Dale Earnhardt had his kind of like beach house, with Teresa right here in North Palm Beach. It's like right around the corner from me. My buddy was a mate on the Intimidator, which was his charter, his bigger boat that he used to take out. And I mean, that was when NASCAR was so good. That's when NASCAR was so good. I loved NASCAR before it blew up. Like, when cars still looked like the cars you could buy in the showroom. Right.
Headlights weren't painted on. The headlights weren't decaled. But JG, you talking about Dick Trickle. We just went down that rabbit hole. Remember the Dick Trickle story we just talked about?
Yes.
Him committing suicide. We just went down that rabbit hole like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, JG drove with you. I used to mix the Martin Senior paints for some of the race car drivers when I worked at Flowers Company Auto Parts, the NAPA.
Yeah, they were all my dad and uncle were friends with Morgan Shepherd when he was younger. If anybody remembers Morgan Shepherd.
God, yes, I remember Morgan Shepherd.
He was a wife beater. That's what everybody around town said.
Oh, Anti's got another Florida fact for us.
3-day weekend special edition.
What?
It's
Well,
legal to
illegal.
see anything inside a cemetery. Okay.
To sell anything
To
inside
sell.
the cemetery.
Did it sound like I said C? I said
That's
sell.
right. It says sell, S-E-L-L.
Yeah.
stock car racing.
Yeah, JG. I remember the Winston Cup when they took cigarettes and all out of it. It was just different.
Well, I remember going to one of my first races at Daytona years ago, and they had the Winston. They used to have, it was the Winston Cup, and they had the Winston 10.
Yeah.
And I remember
Cigarettes.
people, if they smoked Marlboros or any other kind of cigarette, I was watching these guys. They would literally bring their cigarette packs, and you could have like one Marlboro or one like Salem or Cool cigarette left, and you would turn it into that tent, and they would give you like 3 packs of Winstons.
Yeah.
As long as you signed the little thing to receive their mailer. This is before email, and like these guys would sit there and you would watch the same guys go on and on. They would find people that had other cigarettes other than Winston. They would walk out of there with like this many like cartons of cigarettes in one race.
JG,
It was wild.
Yeah, JG, you remember Shuffletown drag strip? That's where we'd have fun. Thursday night was Run What You Brung. And man, I remember many a buzzed up night at damn Tuckertown.
Shuffletown.
Oh, Tuckertown.
What Stanley say? How do you take the cigs out of Winston Cup? Is that a joke, Stanley? I'm waiting.
They just
for the
got rid of the
punchline
Winston Cup. Didn't they just get rid of the Winston Cup?
Oh my God, years ago, dude.
That's what I'm saying. That's when they took the cigarettes out of Winston Cup.
Yep. NASCAR used to be so much fun. Now it's literally like filled with kids that are grandkids or sons of owners of these cars, and it's not the same, dude. It's not the same.
What makes me feel old is I've watched some videos actually today of this podcast that I'm terrible. My brain is just dead tonight. Earnhardt's boy. Why can I not think of his damn name?
Dale Jr. or Jeffrey
Dale Jr.
or
Dale Jr. and Carey and all those. But anyway,
okay.
Dale Jr. is freaking gray-headed, and it's just wild. I was like, wow, where did time go? Dale Jr.'s got gray hair.
Yeah, I mean,
that's it, Mark. When Dale drove the Wrangler car and all, and who was the dude? Oh, I can picture him drove the Miller car.
Which one, John?
The Miller car back in the day when you had
Rusty Wallace.
Walter. Yeah, and Walter drove the Tide car. Dale was in the Wrangler.
He had Rusty Wallace and the Miller car.
Yeah, Andy Finn. I was thinking about his other boy Carey and all, but they all old now. It's just I don't know why I couldn't think of Dale Jr. That's like I saw that video where they're asking these new kids what Adolf Hitler's first name was. And so many people.
Oh my God. Oh, I've seen those. But Joe, you're right. We don't need NASCAR. We have 95 down here. But yeah, John, I've seen those videos. What's Adolf Hitler's first name? And these idiot kids on the street in New York or what? They're usually in Manhattan, and they're like, just like staring out, and I'm like, oh my God. It's sad.
Who was the driver that everybody said was gay that died? Tim Richmond. Is that the right name?
No.
Everybody accused him of being gay.
Everybody accused him of being gay because Tim Richmond died because of AIDS. But Tim Richmond was a ladies' man, and that's how he contracted AIDS.
Leon Phelps was a ladies' man.
He was Leon Phelps back in the day. Yeah, he used to drive for Hendrick Motorsports. He drove the Folgers car. And And he was actually a rising star in NASCAR at that time because, I mean, he was winning races and everything, and then he ended up getting sick because he had AIDS. And now, I don't know, when's the last time you heard of anybody dying of AIDS?
I hadn't. Look at anything. I got a new
you
car,
go.
and the damn thing applies
Once Magic Johnson got it, they found a cure. That South Park episode will tell you everything you need to know.
Stanley Orchard was the ladies' man. He got him a bottle of Cavatier.
A bottle of Cavatier.
Cale Yarborough, that's the one I was thinking of, JG. I could picture the bald-headed old guy. Drove the Miller car.
Oh, you're going even further back to Cale Yarborough?
The Wrangler day, I guess it was Cale Yarborough. That's the guy I'm picturing. Comb over, not much hair. Yes, Cale Yarborough.
Okay. Good job, JG. I didn't know John was going that far back.
Dude, I remember in junior high school, we had like a shop class, and the teacher was really into racing. And we would watch these old black and white videos of like Fireball Roberts crash and all these ancient damn races. It was wild. I loved it because you wouldn't have to do nothing, just watch racing.
When Daytona was still on the beach.
I'm joining you next live and going to call you. Well, there's the latest, man.
Stanley, you guys go live on Tuesday nights, correct?
Tuesday. And any fan talking about the car, the car that slows down 20 feet, I took that charter to Donkeyland, had him and his woman follow me before daylight in the dark. They had some kind of rental car that automatically would turn the brights on when after a car passed.
You talking about that couple from Michigan? Are you talking about that couple from Michigan?
No, this is Adderholt. But anyway,
he
didn't know how to turn that off. He didn't know how to turn it off, so all the way to Donkeyland, when a car would pass, he would bright light me behind me for a little bit. It was freaking annoying. That's right, JG. When I was in high school and all, it was just part of life. It wasn't really a big deal.
Stanley, I'm down. Just let me know. I'll join on Tuesday night. I'm free. Wait, yeah, this Tuesday we're good.
I've been on their panel a long time ago. I came up with Grant McIntosh. You're at the Bay Bridge, Chesapeake Bay Bridge. I'm assuming. Back when I was even younger, I lived two blocks
Ted's
from the
always out doing some stuff, man.
Ted's always doing it with his family, isn't he?
Ted's always out doing some stuff. Love Ted. He's such a good dude.
He's a good dad.
He's always out having fun.
Well, he's always with his family. Sometimes I wonder about the fun part.
He's a good dad.
No,
he's a great dad.
No, dude, I'm sure he's having fun.
You got Mark J. Larson this week. Whale.
Look at that.
Whale.
Mark J.
I'm assuming there's a J in who he's got. Mark J is the man too. I like Mark J.
Yeah, Stanley, just let me know, man. I'm down to jump on a Tuesday night.
We got our Trump coins that we won in the Owls auction. They're pretty cool.
Did you get the print?
Yes, we got the print. Got all our stuff mailed off.
That was really cool, dude. The tarpon and everything going off. That when I saw that, I was pretty much figuring that was like kind of like an homage to like the Boca Grande Pass that's over there on the West Coast. But that was a solid looking print.
The artwork's smaller on the print than I thought it was.
Oh, really?
The map is kind of big, but the artwork's kind of. I mean, it's still cool.
It's like a real topographical map.
It's like a real map that has
the history and all of that. It has the compass roads. I mean, it has everything on it.
Huh?
It's like a real map.
What'd you guys do with it? Where's it at?
I'm going to frame it and put it in my beach room.
Well, she had it. She found a frame here, went to all this work, got the frame already and all, and at the last minute held it up. And it was like that, too short on each end.
Yeah,
It didn't have you couldn't see the border. Where me and you, Doc, would have went, that looks freaking cool. You know, I'd have said that. I mean, I'd have let it roll, but
I'm gonna
no.
get a matted one and frame it correctly.
But it's really cool. Like I said, it's an actual map, and I guess he painted on it, I'm assuming. And then they took a print of it. So.
Really cool, really cool story about the guy who painted that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pearl baby, you're burning
Very
me
cool.
up. You got to go.
She's here.
Like very cool story about like the type of life that guy had, and then
Ended up being a weed smuggler back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah. Very cool story about that.
And didn't he say like Bush or somebody pardoned him or some president pardoned?
Yep.
Oh, Pearl hears the thunder. She getting all wigged out under the table.
I know earlier I don't know which way the storm's going, but earlier about an hour ago, it rolled through here and Kona was straight up like gone. He don't do well with thunder, but
Pearl don't like
anything
it.
other than that, the dog goddamn eat anything.
It never bothered Pearl till a couple of years ago when Jamie moved in with John out towards Sebring. And they had lightning hit, and it ran in and blew the computer out. And I mean, they had a big strike close. Pearl was home by herself. Pearl was home by herself, and ever since then she freaked out. I don't know if she was laying in there close, got a little juice from it or something. I
don't know. I mean, like we adopted Kona from a shelter. And he was just about 4 months old when we got him. So I don't know what happened in his first 4 months of life, but I can tell you this: that goddamn dog needs to be right up on you when he sleeps. And like he doesn't mind a little bit of thunder, but if you get that big clap of thunder and lightning strike, he's done. He's done. He's gone. He'll either run to the bedroom, get up on the bed and try and get behind the pillows, or he will just straight up and just like try and get up under you when you're sitting on the couch.
Pearl will come up and put her paw up on your leg, and we're all wearing short pants and on. She is scratched both of us. And another weird thing with Pearl is she chews her toenails.
So does Kona. Hey, listen. I'm happy they do that because you don't got to get them trimmed. Let them chew them.
But Pearl will do it, and it'll leave like this weird-ass dagger point. And, man, she'll reach up there and just, lay your freaking leg open. I mean, it's bad.
It's a side effect of it. I mean, I'd rather him do that, and then I let him run around on the pool deck. He'll run around on the pool deck, and that just like files him down. Like it's funny. Every now and again, I'll let Kona out, and he goes just straight up like NASCAR lap around the freaking backyard. Like it's funny because like you can see, it's almost like turn 1, turn 2, and turn 3, where he's got like the grass built up where he just hauls ass. I let him run, and then he'll hit the pavement and just. Every now and again, he just wants to run laps. I'll let him go out there, and he just goes like this for a good solid 5 minutes. Let him run it out.
Pearl gets the zoomies.
What up, Creel?
We call it the zoomies for Pearl. All right, back up, Doc. You got a lot to catch up with.
Hey, Grant.
All right, what'd I do?
Well, first, Joe said you made it almost the whole live without mentioning you had a pool. Then Anton's got you another fun fact.
Hold on, let me find
Stanley Orchard talking about his dog and JG talking about his crazy ass cat. What's up, Creel?
In Palm Bay, it's illegal to bobsled behind a bicycle. That would make sense.
Where would you do that at?
There's no mention of snow. If you do it behind a motorcycle, I can take you bobsledding down I-95. I mean, it just. I don't know.
I think I've seen that video on Instagram.
And Stanley talked about Kayla, his rescue dog. Ended up being a great water dog, but man, early on she was terrified. First trip to the pool, She was 4 months old trying to drag us out. Does Doc talk about his pool a lot? No, JG. He'll just make sure everybody knows he has one. And he knows. All right, Joe.
Coda fell in the pool once.
I have a pool too sometimes.
I think he can swim. I haven't tried it. I mean, he got out, so I don't know. We'll figure it out.
JG, we could take a poll in the chat on who Doc knows. Snoop Dogg, Burt Reynolds, the guitar player from. Let me think. What band is it the guy came and played with?
Totally missing it.
Wasn't Megadeth, was it?
There's Jelly Doc.
No.
The drummer. It was the drummer from somewhere. Wasn't it? Who was it that came?
Come on, you got it. Come on.
Not the drummer from Anthrax. It was.
No.
Oh, the Iron Maiden. There you go, Joe. It was Iron Maiden.
Thank you, Joe.
That's true, Joe. He doesn't bring it up a lot, but we like to kid him about his damn pool. And if you'll go back and watch the video where me, Doc, and Joe go fishing, Lindy was in North Carolina, there is a funny scene about a name drop in 3, 2, 1. I watched it the other day, and it made me laugh. Because that is blue.
But you know what's funny is Joe was name dropping on the way up about all the band or all the people that he worked for as a rigging crew and lighting crew and all this shit. And you know what's funny? My favorite part of that video is when I almost killed Joe with the goddamn swim bait. In my video, where he's like, I smelt it. That makes, dude, I'm telling you right now, if you go look at the analytics on that video, there's a spike there where that happens, and that's I'm pretty much guaranteeing 90% of that is me just going back and watching that and laughing.
And we fished about all day. I watched it the other day, and it was late in the afternoon.
Dude, we fished like 12 hours.
It's going to be a beautiful day Sunday. Low humidity, I think they said.
But the funny part with the name drop is after you say that about Burt Reynolds, just me going, what time is it, Joe? I mean, Joe had no clue, no nothing. And you hear Joe go, are you wondering who had what time the name drop was going to be? I mean, it was perfect. It was perfect.
No, it was a good day, Joe. It was a long day and it was a good day. We had fun that day. We had a lot of fun that day.
It wasn't fun in the morning when I hit the freaking that damn curb, about tore the wheel off the trailer.
Jesus Christ! Like, how did you mess that up? Like you've been through there a million times,
dude. The median wasn't there
because I scooted off that damn cooler real quick when you hit that goddamn stump.
The median wasn't there. Remember, Doc? They just built it in the middle of the freaking road.
The new intersection.
Oh, you're talking about. I thought you were talking about when we were going across the goddamn.
Oh, when I went through the wrong
pass, and I was on the cooler, and I went to the goddamn trolling motor.
You didn't go that far. It wasn't that hard.
Hey! I touched the trolling motor. I was there. I'm saying I went to the trolling motor.
Well, it ain't that far.
My ass only maybe went about like 3-4 inches, but my arm hit the trolling motor.
If you didn't get wet, it wasn't that freaking hard of a bump.
Oh, I've been there. That's all I know.
JG, I had a 77 Trans Am. When me and Lindy had met, I was driving a 77 Trans Am, and she had a 74 Z28.
That was badasser than his.
Nah, yeah, that's debatable.
They had traction bars.
It had big slicks on it.
Yeah, it was.
That Trans Am, but I could pick up hot women with the Trans Am.
So could I.
Yeah, you picked her up. She's your Sally.
Damn, those was fun days. Damn, what I loved about that Trans Am, dude, is, the hood scoop was mounted. It was the breather. So it was just a hole in the hood. So you could sit there and I'd pop the gas and I'd watch that thing cockside. And that was just, I just love watching that hood scoop go. Whoa, whoa. Well,
All right, hold on. I think Anti's got another one.
not quite dragging on the street, JG, but running the streets.
All right.
Oh, another
Loves
one.
Miami, owns all the colors of the members only jacket. I thought it was a fact.
Definitely
Dude,
advocate.
you know what's funny is every year they do a really cool like Christmas parade in Jupiter up here, and every year they have this. There's a club down here that's like basically Smokey and the Bandit, and it's all Trans Ams and like Burt Reynolds lookalikes and Sally Field lookalikes, and they literally will parade them through during Christmas
They just had
with
it
like
on the-
Burt Reynolds lookalikes and Sally Field lookalikes. It's awesome. It's so cool.
last month.
Well, didn't Bert live here somewhere? Because you met him, you knew Bert.
Yeah, Bert. Okay, so Bert grew up in Lake Park, and then the family moved to Jupiter, out in Jupiter Farms. So, like, as a kid, he grew up in Jupiter Farms. He was very young, you know, like high school age and stuff when they were living in Jupiter, and that's where he grew up. But like originally the family was from Lake Park, which is, I mean, literally only like 3-4 miles away from Jupiter Farms, you know. So yeah, I mean, this was always his home, and you know, that was one of the cool things about Bert is like this, he always wanted Jupiter to be like put on the map. Like that was his like goal in life. Was he never left here. I mean, even when he was like at the height of his fame, he never lived. I mean, he did spend time out in LA, but he always had a place here locally in Jupiter. You know,
That man would smack the piss out of Dom DeLuise. The Cannonball movie.
And there was always that thing about him and Dom DeLuise. You know, there was always that thing.
Crap out of him. Batty's favorite.
But I will tell you this.
Batty tells from Cannonball Run. Remember the doctor in the back of the ambulance? Remember the old? You got to. Oh, I can't remember that character. But he was
They haven't, JG. Sorry, John. Go ahead.
I was just saying that Batty comments on the doctor in the ambulance at Cannonball Run. He knows like all his lines and all that. It's funny. That's funny, dude. I watched one of these where they pull somebody over for speed and end up getting 58 pounds of meth out of the trunk, one of them videos. And dude, the traffic going by, one of the trucks had the freaking snowman trailer. It had the stagecoach. And it was on a regular truck, but when it went by, I was like, oh, hell, that was the snowman paint job on that one.
That was actually a couple nights ago on Jeopardy. That was actually one of the questions about like what was his nickname. And
I know what his nickname was.
Nobody got it. And I'm like yelling at the TV, Snowman! Snowman! And nobody got it.
Oh, I was thinking Turd Ferguson. Because if you say Burt Reynolds and Jeopardy, I think of Turd Ferguson.
No, it was an actual Jeopardy question that was on. They're rerunning the Tournament of Champions because all the writers are on strike. And so they're like rerunning the Tournament of Champions from like last year. And it was one of the questions about what was his nickname. And I'm like, I'm screaming at the television, Snowman, Snowman. And you've got supposedly the best of the best. And I'm like,
smart people don't watch freaking Smokey and the Bandit. Come on now.
Dude, and if there's any sports questions, forget it. If it's like a sports like category, forget it. Like Jeopardy people don't know.
And see, I'll go farther. His damn dog's name was Fred. Fred, get in the truck, Fred.
Yep. They didn't ask about the dog. They didn't get that far.
Jack Elam in the ambulance. If that's the name, no big-haired guy. I don't know him by name, but I know him by character. He was like the first, the Doc from Back to the Future.
CB handle.
He kind of looked like Doc from Back to the Future.
That was the question, JG. That was the question. Is like, what was the CB handle? and nobody got it. And I'm like, I'm screaming at the TV, and my wife is like, she's like, why are you yelling? They can't hear you. I'm like, I know, I'm terrible. I should just probably go in the room and just
Like I
lay
said,
down.
smart people didn't watch freaking Smokey. And you know, it happens
They're
to all
not
the movies.
smart, dude. Dude, Jeopardy is all about understanding what the clue is and how they're asking the question. That's all Jeopardy is. You don't have to be
Still, it
super
gets that
smart.
literature shit. I don't know books from freaking
Well,
Poland.
yeah, you do have to know a little bit about like literature and the Bible and poetry and stuff like that, because they always love throwing those questions in because they love to seem cultural. But like, you can figure it out, dude. I'm
But
going on Jeopardy
the
one
biggest,
day, maybe.
one of the biggest letdowns of my younger life was Smokey and the Bandit 2.
Oh, yes.
Then 3 really, really was bad.
Oh, you watched 3? I didn't even make it to that son of a bitch.
Wasn't 3 the elephant one?
Yes.
Or was 2 the elephant one? Which one was? I barely watched the elephant one.
Which one?
That was 2, wasn't it? I don't know. And I grew up when I went to the theater to see Star Wars, and I tried to watch it a year or two ago, and I was like, how the hell did I watch this? It's pretty damn sad. I mean, literally, wait a minute, literally, here goes the next wing fighter. It was like hanging on a wire going back, like, what the hell am I watching here?
I went and watched Return of the Jedi
Dr.
because
Nicholas
that came
Van
out in
Helsing,
what?
there you go.
What?
What, Doc?
I went and watched Return of the Jedi in the theater with my dad, and I'll never forget this because Return of the Jedi came out in what, 83? Was it 83 that it came out?
I don't know.
83 or whatever. I was just learning to read, okay? And I'll never forget this.
School in 83. I was just learning how to read too.
So are some of my students. No, that's terrible. I'm joking. They can read.
JG, we leave at 10, so don't be gone long.
These are jokes, people. But I remember, like, Jabba the Hutt, when he was talking, they had subtitles on the screen. And I remember asking my dad, because I couldn't keep up. I couldn't keep up with what he was saying. I could get some of it, but I couldn't keep up. And I remember asking my dad, what did he say? What did he say? And my dad was repeating it to me. And I'll never forget this. There was this woman behind us, and she's like, would you guys just shut up? And my dad turned around, and he's like, he can't fucking keep up. Shut your fucking mouth. And I was like, yeah. And she just got up and walked away.
Okay, I got Twisted Metal in with the crazy
So
clown.
you wonder where I
looking
get
out.
my attitude from. My papa.
But yeah, Creel, I can remember in the theater watching Planet of the Apes, and when they walked up on the arm of the Statue of Liberty, I can remember the whole crowd kind of going,
oh, Twisted.
I mean, it's like, oh my God.
Twisted
And then I
Metal.
remember going, what was the second Indiana Jones? I remember going to see that at the theater too.
The second one was Temple of Doom.
Yeah. Is that the one where the plane and in the desert?
Kalima, and they take the heart out. Yeah.
Yeah. Then
You
we
ever
went to
seen
Disney
Twisted
World.
Metal?
I just looked it up and I've seen parts of it or know of it. I haven't seen it, but I just put it on YouTube so I can check it out. But Creel, I didn't like the Marky Mark Planet of the Apes.
No, I did not either.
I just didn't get into it.
Yeah, see, I was right. It was 83. Okay.
Yeah. The year I graduated high school. See, that's why I didn't know when it came out, because in 1983, I was running wild.
I was 5. I was 5.
I was
just learning how to read. So I couldn't keep up with what Jabba the Hutt was saying. So my dad made the lady behind us feel like a fucking idiot. And I'm so glad that he did, because the bitch got up and left.
I can only...
What was that other story you just told us a couple of weeks ago about your daddy going off on somebody?
Oh, dude,
apparently Dr. Daddy wasn't scared to go off on somebody.
No, never. Never. And that's probably where not probably. I know that's where I get it from him. Because, dude, I didn't go off the other night. We had Avery's curriculum night, and there was this father, and I was already annoyed with him because, like, he didn't understand that, like, you silence your phone when you're in one of these things. So we're in the cafeteria with every single kindergarten teacher that's there, okay? Now, there's 6 kindergarten teachers at my kid's school, okay? And you're in there with every parent, and everybody's wanting to know what curriculum night is and, you know, what your kids are going to be learning throughout the year. Well, homeboy, his phone keeps going off, and he, like, gets up from multiple spots, like, oh, maybe if I go to the back of the cafeteria. No, it's like, silence it, you ass bag. So anyway, these teachers, they've been there all day, dude. Okay, like these poor teachers have been there probably since like 6 o'clock in the morning, right? Here we are. It's damn near 7 o'clock. You know these teachers ain't gone home. They've been dealing with 5 and 4-year-old kids all day, like, and then he starts talking about, well, you know, my kid tells me that, like, on certain days when there's a heat advisory, y'all don't take them out for recess. Well, why don't you? And they're like, sir, that comes from the district. If the district notifies us that there's a heat advisory, we're not supposed to take the kids out for safety. Well, they need recess. And I'm sitting there and I'm biting my tongue. Being a teacher, I know how it works with the district. I'm biting my tongue. And then the one guy that's like leading the thing, he's like, you know, sir, yes, it is a district thing. We can't take them out. Well, who do I need to talk to about allowing you guys to take them out for recess when they need recess? And he's like, well, sir, it's a district directive. And this goes back and forth for like 2 or 3 exchanges. And he's not getting it in his fucking skull that it's a district directive. So finally, when he asks it for the 3rd time, I turn towards him and go, when he asks, who can I talk to about this? And I yell at him. I'm like, go to a school board meeting and discuss your displeasure. Stop wasting everybody's time. You're literally taking this longer than it needs to be. And Jen was like, okay, stop. And dude, I was ready to like fight this cat. Like I wanted to bring him into my life at this point. Like, just shut up.
Did that hush him up?
Oh yeah, he shut the fuck up the rest of the time. That was it. And then like after that, like you should have seen all 6 teachers that were there. They were all just like and smiled and like literally like pointed at me and said yes. That shut him up.
You hear that? I hear Taco Bell going, John. It's after 10 o'clock, Doc. We up out here.
Hold on.
I'm going.
Hold on.
I'm going to Taco Bell. I'm going. Okay, the border's coming.
There it is. John, do you see it?
Taco Bell says John.
Bye, y'all.
We're out. Thanks for coming by, everybody. Had a great time. All the new people up in here, appreciate it. Doc, have a good week.
Yeah, guys, appreciate it.
No, I'm
great
going.
Seeing you guys. I didn't get to see you last week, so I'm happy I got to see you guys. And hope everybody has a great Labor Day weekend. Celebrate work by not working.
There you go. Go have fun. Be safe.
Somebody was smart.
Triangle. I'm running to the border. All right, JG. Appreciate you dropping by, buddy.
Y'all were late.
JG, hit me up. I'll get you the shirt, buddy. Everybody, have a great night. Have a great weekend.
Creel saying buy one,
we will
get
see
one.
You guys Friday night.
All right, later, y'all.